The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read. Your source for news, politics, sports, and all things trending. Here's your host, Marcus Gentry.
And welcome to the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. Today I got an interesting topic, and the reason why it's interesting is because I've met a lot of people who are chasing the bag instead of chasing family, and they don't realize that if you chase family, you'll get the bag. Now, it's going to take this whole program to explain what I'm talking about, because a lot of y'all is going to look at the first 2 to 5 minutes of this, and if you don't understand it, you're going to just cut the video off and move on to something else. People have short attention spans, okay? Now, I'm hoping that everybody views this entire video so you can get a full understanding of what I'm talking about. Because when you chase the bag, that's understandable. Anybody and everybody wants to get money, okay? But there's a lot of factors that come into chasing the bag, and whether you succeed or not within the first 5 to 10 years of chasing the bag, or you grind 40, 50 years of your life and never even get the bag. You know, you get little snippets here and there. Okay. I'm gonna do my whiskey tasting first. Later on in the show, about 12 or close to 12, I'm gonna call Brother Porter for the sports call with Brother Porter. So today is gonna be a long show. Sports is coming back, and we got to get some sports in here, people, because a lot of people been asking me about it, and I'm gonna get Brother Porter in here. But today's drink is called PB&W. It's called PB&W. You know, I like to find strange whiskeys and bourbons and you know, drinks that I've never tried before. The guy at the counter said you probably won't even need a chaser with this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this out and give it a rating from a scale of 1 to 10 for some of you whiskey drinkers out there. See, I drink 1 time a week because I'm a truck driver, like most people know by now. But for any of you newcomers that come to the show, you know, it smells sweet. But for you new people to my show, I usually drink 1 time a week, and that's mostly on Sundays when I do my show. I want to get a good taste of something I've never tried before. And usually these bottles like this will last me a month or 2. And the person who usually drinks my bottles up be family members that come over, you know, and kick it with me. I put it downstairs in my liquor cabinet. Wow. This is actually good. You know, and I know a lot of men don't like sweet drinks. Some people think it's not manly. But what I got to say to people like that is, you're a man if you're born with a peanut between your legs. You know, that's manly. All of that crap y'all talking about, this is a good drink. On a scale to 1 to 10, I give it an 8. I would actually buy this and keep it in my liquor cabinet. You don't really need a chaser. And what I usually do is I would do 2 tasting. I do a tasting without a chaser, and then I put some Coke in it, because you know, Coke, you mix Coke with mostly any of your whiskeys or alcohol that's brown. So this is actually good. I would buy this and have it in my cabinet. I would actually buy that. It's a peanut butter flavored whiskey. It said bring your own jam. It's 35% alcohol. It doesn't get too much further about the company. But it's smooth. It's smooth. You can sip on that. You know, you can sip on this without even having to have a chaser with it. It's actually good. Um, it is. That's actually good. I'm gonna get to the show. I'm gonna get to the show, people. People chase the bag, which is good. You want to get money. I talked about last week on my show about how, you know, we talked about not wanting to be in the friend zone and not wanting to be somebody's side piece, because you can't grow a legacy and wealth like that. Okay, today we're going to talk about people chasing the bag, men and women. This applies to both. And they avoid family. They avoid solid relationships at all points. You know, they might get into a semi-boyfriend, girlfriend relationship, but they avoid this stuff because they make excuses up about, I need to get myself together. I need to improve I need to get a job. I need, you know, and what they don't realize is all these excuses you using, if you come together with somebody, you can grow and prosper faster than somebody that's single. I'm going to show some videos. I'm going to show some funny videos later on. Okay, this is going to trip you out. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in America, the average income of a single parent is anywhere from $50,000 a year to $100,000 or $120,000 a year. It depends on if you're one of those single people with very good jobs, which is rare. But if you're a single person, your income is anywhere from $50,000, this average earned income, $50,000 through $100,000 a year. And you fall somewhere in between that. Some people fall on the lower end. Now, saying that, 2 people check coming into the household doubles that. Listen what I just said. 2 people check coming into the household doubles that. So now a single parent is making $50,000 to $100,000 a year. 2 parents in the home, or a man and a woman in the home, their average earned income, it done doubled. Anywhere from $100,000 a year to $200,000 a year. And then if 1 or 2 of them have a very outstanding job, it goes from $100,000 a year up to maybe $250,000 a year. This is what you call home buying, multiple car buying money. Think about this now. These are the numbers. These are the numbers. Okay? You can't toss away the numbers and go by emotions and feelings and all that. This is the numbers. A person that has the monthly, the yearly home income of $100,000 a year to $200,000 to $250,000 a year is going to succeed faster and better than that single person running around here making anywhere from $50,000 a year to $100,000 a year. It's simple mathematics, people. I want you to think about something else. Why you think since the time you left high school, and I want all of you, everybody that listens to my show, especially my truck drivers out there. I talk to my truck drivers all the time. I'm a truck driver myself. You truck drivers make anywhere from $60,000 to $65,000 a year to $120,000 a year by yourself. Now, y'all already know how it goes. If you got a woman at home that's working too, you guys are good as truck drivers. Okay, now, check this out. Think back, everybody listen to this show. Think back on the men and women that you knew in high school. The ones who jumped out there, got with somebody straight out of high school, had 2 or 3 kids by that same person straight out of high school. Maybe married them. They might not have married. They might have got married. But that person that they was with, I want to guarantee you, those 2 people have a home or multiple homes. They have multiple cars, and they probably have a little small business. I guarantee it. Then you look around at all your friends that you knew in high school who were single, not committing, not wanting to commit, out here trying to roll the dice. Like I'm going to show y'all on these videos that's coming up next. You got some people out here, man, that's out here hunting. They're out here hunting, man, and it's funny. And it's some guys that's running around America. They rich. These are wealthy guys. These guys are running around America with Ferraris, Lamborghinis, BMWs, and they're pranking gold diggers. Okay? I'm going to get into that later on in the show. It's a real good show. It's a funny show. I watch it sometime on Facebook because you got people out here literally will tell you to get lost 1 second, and then when you walk over to a Lamborghini, they're like, didn't you say you wanted my number? It's funny. This is some funny stuff. And like I said, I bring this up because everybody out here is chasing the bag. Now, another part of this show is about how the population affects this. Because the population, the ratio of men to women also affect this. Okay? I'm finna give you those numbers. I gave you the numbers on the earned income of families and single people. Now I'm finna give you the ratio. Now I'm finna give you the ratio of men and women in America. Check this out. There is 11 women in America to every 1 man. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. There is 11 women in America to 1 man. Now that done sunk in, that's man to woman. Okay? Now, if you add in gay men who don't want a woman, that ratio jumps up to 13 women. 13 or 12, here or there. So now you got gay men out here who has to spread their 11 women around to the other straight men. Think about that now. In America, you have 11 women to every 1 man. If you add gay men into that number, you have to spread those 11 women that matches the gay men who don't want those women. You got to push them back out into the population. So that makes the 11 women to 1 man jumps up even higher to 12 or 13. Now, you got 12 or 13 women to every 1 man. Because like I say, you got to take out the gay men. America has an incarceration problem. We lock up any and everybody, mostly men. There's some women in jail too, but mostly men. So now you take out the population of men that's locked up. They have 11 women too. You got to spread them women out amongst the straight single men or not single men. It doesn't even matter whether you married or not. It starts off with 11 women to every 1 man. So now take out the gays. It jumps up to 12 or 13 women to every 1 man. Take out all the guys in prison. That number jumps up 14 to 15 women in America to every 1 man. Now we get into the meat and potatoes. You hear women all the time say, why is it that we these dudes out here is running around messing around with all these women? Look around you. Look around you. There's a lot of different things going on with that. I just got through telling you and explaining to you that there's 15 women in America to every one man, because you got to take out the gays and you got to take out the guys that's in prison. 15 women to every one man. Now, women, some of them don't even realize those numbers. You got women out here who literally don't know those numbers. So what they do, instead of snatching up a halfway decent guy and building with him, they go out here, chasing dreams. Listen what I'm saying now. Instead of that woman who actually finds a guy that shows interest in her, and I'm going to talk about the men too. Don't think I'm just talking about you women. I'm going to get on the men's head too. That woman who finds a guy that's attracted to her, sometimes they blow him off. Even though she don't realize that there are 14 other women out here that will snatch that man up. And then you going to spend 10, 20, 15, 11, 7 years running around here chasing foolishness. Well, that man say, okay, forget it. I'm gone. I'm going to go over here and talk to one of these other 14. All right. You don't want to holler? Okay, cool. I'm going to go over here and talk to one of these other 14 women, and one of them going to bite. One of them is going to say, yeah, I like you too. Let's get together. One of them is going to bite. Now, I'm going to talk about the men. I'm going to get on your men head out here. There are 15 women out here to every one man. If you take out the gays and the guys in prison. I'm talking about free men who are not gay. 15 women now. Some of y'all guys are finding this out and running around here dipping and dabbing and everything moving. and listen, I can't tell a person, man or woman, how to live your life. The problem with that is now it's a cycle going on. Men are finding out that there are 15 women out here to every one man. So instead of chasing family, a lot of men are chasing the bag and saying F women. I'll have sex with them, dump them, I'll go find me 2 or 3 others. That's what's going on with that. And then on the women's end, they are doing any and everything to attract the richest among the men, instead of finding them something normal. Because if you a normal ass woman, you even got normal ass women in their mind thinking they finna go out here and score big. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's not saying one of these guys might not smash you or have sex with you, but these multi-millionaires out here, they trying to pick the baddest of the baddest. And I see a lot of women out here who are cute, they're pretty, they decent women who can get with somebody and have a bright future. I'm talking about can get the bag that they really want in life, but it's like a cycle. The men are finding out that there are so many women out here to choose from, so they're dogging women out. And then the women are slowly finding out that, man, it's competition out here. They opening up back pages, they opening up private pages, they dressing all kinds of crazy out here with ass and breasts out. I mean, they really competing out here. Some of these women out here ain't even in the know. They don't even see what's going on. They look at the videos and see all these IG models, but they're not really understanding it, why they doing this stuff. These people are really seriously out here trying to get the bag, but they trying to get the bag through babies by millionaires, getting married to millionaires. But these millionaire men are finding out that, hey, look here, I can be with you or don't. You know, it ain't no problem to me. I got 14, 15 other women I have to talk to that look probably better than you. It's a cycle. It's a cycle that's going on. And it's crazy. I'm finna show y'all some funny videos on this after I get back from this commercial break, because I mean, it's truly amazing how people out here are really they really out here destroying themselves, you know, over chasing the bag. They are really out here destroying themselves and making themselves look like total creeps, men and women. We'll be back.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Damn, fool!
Money Making Biz presents Damn Fool.
Damn, fool!
Starring Silent Marco. West of the Mississippi, aka Black Clouds. East of the Mississippi, aka Chief Dreads. In Texas, Black Indio. In North Carolina, Sweet Jesus, you been everywhere. How many aliases you got? Anyway, co-starring anyone he can get before a camera.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
All right, people, we're back with the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. As promised, I'm gonna show you guys how men and women are out here destroying themselves, and particularly you women. And the reason why I'm saying particularly you women is because, and I know some of you is not going to want to hear this, okay? Some of y'all going to tune out, but the reason why I'm saying particularly the women is because you've been warned. I've told you. And I don't bring nothing to the table that I'm talking about that can't be proven by statistical facts. I'm talking about you can literally right now Google it on your phone. Everybody has a computer in their pocket. The statistics in America is there's 11 women to every 1 male. If you minus the males who are gay, you got to spread those 11 women out to other men. So that means those numbers jump up to 12 or 13. If you minus out the men who are incarcerated, you got to spread those women out. So that means there's 14 to 15 women in America to every 1 man. The reason why some of you women are destroying yourselves is because men are finding out these numbers and statistics. Especially the wealthy men. Especially the wealthy men. They understand it and they know that, man, I don't have to deal with none of this stuff you're talking about. I have 14 other people I can go out here and mess with. Some of the poor men are finding this out too. They might not go out here and mess around with 14 or 15 other women like rich men can, but they might have them a side piece over here or 2 or 3 girls over here. You know, all men don't do this now. Just like all women don't cheat. But the reason why I'm saying some of you women are destroying yourselves is because now that I've told you the numbers, that you can look it up yourself, some of y'all should have been known the numbers. But now that you've been warned and now that you know what's going on, you know the numbers, you have to change your pattern. You have to change your way of behavior. So things like this won't happen in the streets.
This one hard.
Don't get that shit in your mouth, boy.
Let me do like this. Give me my phone. Ain't got my phone right now. Ain't got my phone.
Oh, man.
Get my. We say you gonna beat my ass. Get him. So I'm knocking him in the side of the head with the camera. Shit, fucking bleeding. Come on. Well, I ain't want to shoot. Fuck my clothes. Dirty ass nigga.
All right. Now, that video I just showed you, I'm finna put that in context for you, what just happened there. This is a woman who didn't know the numbers. Okay? She messing around with a guy who did know the numbers. And more than likely, this woman already had a guy that really was into her, that really wanted to be with her and build with her. Think about what I'm saying. More than likely, that woman right there knew a man who really wanted to be with her and build a life with her, that she could have been successful and had things going on in her life. She was chasing this dude right here that knew the numbers. So when he went ahead and smashed her, she got mad because she wasn't the only one. And then she out here finna go to jail because he's recording it. He's not putting his hands on her. He ain't beating her up. He's recording it. She tried to goad him. She tried to say, man, I thought you were going to put your hands on me. I thought you were going to do this and that. He just sat back and recorded. She went over there and scratched up on his car some more. And that's what I mean when I say some of you women out here are destroying yourselves. Because when you know the numbers, when somebody tell it to you, show it to you, and you still up here, because I know females right now. I got a female friend right now. I love this girl to death, man. She my home girl. She cool as hell. But when you tell her something and you present facts to her, she don't want to hear nothing you got to say about it. Her mind ain't going to be changed about it. And I'm going to give y'all an example. I'm going to give y'all an example when I'm talking. I like to bring real world examples to my show so y'all can get the understanding of how things move. Let me take me a sip. This is PB&W. Okay, peanut butter flavored whiskey. I love it. It tastes pretty good. I give it an 8 out of 10. Now, back to what I was saying. This female friend I know, she done read somewhere in some kind of black pamphlet. You know, you got these black activists who are black power people. You know, don't get it twisted, people. You got whites out here who spread misinformation. But you also got blacks out here who spread misinformation too. Okay? Now, she done read somewhere that a man named John Hanson was the first intercontinental president of the United States before George Washington. I sat back and I said to myself, somebody done put that in her head. I'm going to tell you where she probably got this from. When I was younger, I fell into a group of people who were 5%ers. They called themselves 5% Muslim, the 5% nation, and all of that. These guys spreaded so much misinformation in my mind. They put so much information in my mind. I'm thinking that, you know, we blacks were the conquerors of the world. We blacks were, we created everything in the world. We created the white man. All kinds of food. I mean, they got so much black propaganda out here, just like they got so much bullshit white propaganda out here. She done fell into a crowd of people probably who done gave her this information, and I looked it up myself. Now, there's two John Hansons. One John Hanson was born 100 years after the first John Hanson. George Washington was the first president of the United States after the Constitution. But there was a president before George Washington, before the Constitution was created. And his name was John Hanson. He was a white man. Okay? 100 years later, there was a black man named John Hanson, after the slave was freed, who helped slaves go back to Africa. Free slaves. He helped some of these people go back to Nigeria and Africa to be settled in. He was a very black prominent figure back in them days, who he was educated by white people, and he helped a lot of the free slaves get transportation back to Africa and get placed back in Africa. Those are the two John Hansons that this woman, this friend of mine, was getting confused with each other. Okay? Now, and like I said, it go when I tell y'all real world stuff, when I bring real world stuff to you, I'm bringing this real world stuff to you because I want y'all to have an understanding about how these people are moving out here mentally. This woman I just showed you on this video, like I said, she don't know the numbers. The man she dealing with, he probably knows the numbers. He probably a little dope boy, or he probably got him a job somewhere, making pretty good money. He probably got three or four women he fooling around with, and she one of them. But he probably telling her, "Oh, you the only one," lying and all kinds of stuff. It happens. She don't know the numbers. There was probably some dude that was sitting back liking her that she dismissed because he probably wasn't a popular guy, or he probably didn't have the same money that this man got that is cheating on her with all these other men. She dismissed this guy, you know. Like I say, I like to bring real world stuff to you people. I don't play no games on a daily read. I ain't finna hold your hand and tell you nothing fake. This stuff is for real. She done found out the numbers on the hard end of the stick. And now she's going crazy, tearing up this man's car, and he's recording her, finna send her to jail. Because soon as the police get there, they're going to put her in handcuffs immediately and haul her off. That means however many kids she got, her kids are going to have to stay with loved ones until she get out of jail. Then she's going to have to be charged and pay for damage of property. So that means the same man that cheated on you with these other women, now you got to pay him out your pocket. So he done had sex with you, done dissed you, done got you locked up, and now you still got to pay this man that done embarrassed you. You got to pay him. You got to pay for that. That's why I say you destroy yourself. Because all this money she's wasting, all this time she wasting with this guy right here, I guarantee you there was a guy that pulled up on her that said, "Man, why don't me and you build together? Why don't me and you build a future together? And let's come up together." I don't think so. I got somebody. You know, and that's how this cycle, in America, and this don't go for just the black race. When I say 11 women in America to every one man, I'm talking about all men and women in America. This cycle is going on throughout this country. It's a cycle. On the next part of the show, we're going to talk about these gold diggers. You know, because he got a group of guys. So I think some of these guys are married. They have wives and stuff, but they rich. They just getting in Lamborghinis and Porsches, and some of these cars they own, some of them they renting, but they getting in these expensive cars, and they pulling up on women and trying to talk to them and these women ain't giving them a time of day. The reason I'm bringing this up because, like I said, she looks like she's the type of woman who would have failed for that. She looks like the type of woman who a normal guy would have came up to and said, you know what, how come me and you get together and build something? She probably, man, get out of my face. And the next videos I show y'all, that's what these normal women are going to be doing until they see the Lamborghini come out. So I'm talking about, this is some funny stuff. Soon as the guy said, oh, it's like that, I can't get your number and maybe we can kick it, go out to dinner or something. No, one of the girls looked the guy up and down, was like, nah, man, me and you can't even kick it. It wouldn't even look right. It wouldn't even make sense for me and you to date. And as soon as he said, okay, he walks off and go turn the keys on the door handle to the Lamborghini, the Lambo, and she kind of looked back and walked over there to him. Didn't you say you wanted my number? Oh, this is some funny stuff. And like I said, you know, it's people are out here chasing the bag, but some people are getting put in the trick bag. They're getting put in the trick bag. You got a lot of moving parts that's going on in this country. A lot of moving parts. You got narcissism going on. People who think they're more valuable and worth more than what they really are. You know, you have the numbers, the ratio of men to women going on in this country. More women in this country compared to more men. You know what I'm saying? So you got that stuff going on. Then you got the fact that more people are not wanting to play by the rules of relationships. Now, this is another thing that's interesting about all of this. Because see, me personally, ever since I was a child, I've always looked at the forest. I don't look at the trees. What people usually do is they look at a certain situation instead of looking at the situations going on all around them. Okay? Now, the trees could be the ratio of men to women. That's one tree. Another tree can be the fact that you got more men in prison than women. You see, you got a lot of different trees, but all the trees make up a forest. And I don't never just look at one tree. I take a step back and I look at everything that's going on. And I be like, okay, now the picture's coming to light. And that's what I mean. You got people out here who don't have an understanding that a person by themselves can make anywhere from 50,000 to 102. Normal people, not rich and wealthy people. The average normal person in America makes anywhere from 50,000 a year to 100,000 a year by themselves. And if they add kids into that, it's a wrap. A couple, two people, whether they gay or not, a couple makes anywhere from 100,000 a year in the household to 200,000 a year. You can do something with that. Even if you got a few kids at the house, you can still do something with that. And another part of the forest that's going on, another tree that's in the forest, is what's going on is you got people who don't want to follow by the rules of engagement. The rules of engagement of relationship is me and you, not me, you, and this entanglement. You understand what I'm saying? And this goes for men and women. This goes for men and women, okay? You got people out here who don't want to follow by the rules. So what they rather do is they rather go about it solo. They rather get the bag solo. But you can't get no type of bag solo. Especially if you got kids. How? It takes the average 60, 70,000 a year to take care of a child. You making anywhere from 50 to 100,000 a year. How you getting to the bag if you got kids and you solo? People ain't understanding that. They're not getting it. This country is not built for people to make it solo. I'm not talking about the few exceptions that come out here single, never had no kids, never got married, pop up and make $1 million. I'm not talking about those individuals. It happens, but it's rare. And in people's mind, everybody see those 1 or 2 individuals that do that and think they can do it. It'd be amazing to me. It's amazing. So I love talking about these social issues, man, because I make people sit back and think like, damn, maybe he right. Let's look into that. And I want you to research it. I'm giving you numbers. I'm giving you facts. Look it up. Look it up. 11 women to every 1 man. Take out the gays. 12 to 13 women to every 1 man. Take out the guys that's in prison. That number jumps up again. 14 to 15 women to every 1 man. That's single and straight. Without, no, not single, but it's 1 man, period. I'm talking about free men that's not gay. Look at the numbers. Look them up. That's why me personally, what I do, if I'm dating a woman and I see that she wants to build something, I'm going to build with her. And we're going to have something. If I see that she's struggling and still trying to build, I'm going to work with her. But if I see she totally is going in the opposite direction as me, we going like this, I'm going to have to let that go. Got to let it go. Because you can't build, and this goes for men and women. You can't build nothing if the person you trying to build with is going in the opposite direction as you. You know, I dealt with a person not too long ago, and this goes back to the whole narcissism thing that I had a few shows back. I talked about narcissism. I dealt with a female not too long ago that didn't have a pot to piss in or when to throw it out of. She was good people though. Good people. Don't get it twisted. I mean, she's cool as hell. But she didn't want to do nothing but bullshit. You know. And that was that narcissism. You know, she wanted to model and she wanted to do this and do that. She wanted to do the things that a wealthy man would allow her to do if she was to run up across a millionaire. But she's not millionaire type material. A millionaire might catch her one night on a night that he ain't got no woman around to have sex with her, but she wasn't no Lamborghini type dudes ain't finna pull up on her and be like, hey man, what's up with me and you? It's not finna happen. And I'm not saying she's ugly. She probably listen to my show right now. I don't sugarcoat nothing. But that's one thing I'm not gonna do. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. You know, I try to give people the real and the truth at all times, man. You know, because I got much love in my heart for everybody. But, you know, I can't keep going around in circles with nobody at all. Because I'm trying to get the bag too. Everybody in life is trying to get the bag. But the difference between me and everybody else in life is I know I can get the bag faster if I got somebody that's working with me to get the bag. There's the difference. I can do it solo. It's going to take me some years. But I can cut that time down if I had somebody in my life working with me. And the same goes for you and you and you and everybody listen to this program. Point blank, period. That solo dolo shit, it ain't going to happen. It'll never work. It'll never work. Like I said, it's the exceptions of all rules. You're going to have a person, man, don't never date nobody. These people are wealthy and rich. And you know what? And the thing about it is, these people never hardly ever even tell you how they got it like that. Sometimes it be some strange occurrences that happen. But
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
we're back with the Daily Read, and I am your host, Marcus Gentry. Now, as I was saying on the first part of the show, you have individuals out here who look at trees instead of the whole forest. I don't do that. You know, like when people get on stage and have discussions about the racial disparities, and they say it's because of police brutality, it's because of redlining. I say, no, it's not just that. Those are individual trees in this forest. I'm always the type of person that takes a step back and look at the overall picture. And the overall picture is it's about 6, 7, 8 different things that goes into the reason why minorities are falling behind whites in this country economically. Now, same thing goes with relationships. There's a lot of different factors. There's a lot of different factors that goes in to why people are out here having so many problems in relationships. Part of it is because of the want of having money. Some of it is because they don't have money. But there's a lot of different issues going on. My thing is, what people fail to realize is you can come to the end results that you want faster if you're with somebody. I'm going to give y'all an example of what I mean by that. I'm going to give y'all an example. There was a recent story in the newspapers about how Dr. Dre and his wife filed for divorce. Okay. This is what happened in my view. Because like I say, I don't look at the trees. I look at the overall picture. Dr. Dre's wife was a woman who thinks like me. Let me explain that. Not saying I'm going to divorce my wife 10, 20 years later. I'm not going to, if I ever get married, I'm not going to do that. But this is what I mean when I say that. She suffered through, and I'm not going to say suffered as in it was a bad marriage, because I don't know that. But in her mind, she knew that in order to get to the bag, it takes two. So she was willing to be with this man, whether she loved him or not, I don't know. You can never really tell a person's true intentions and true heart. But she was with this man for what, 10, 15, 20 years, 18 years, something like that. That means she had 18 years to establish her own businesses. It's a possibility she might get monetary funds from him every month for a few years. She probably has a clothing line somewhere. She has cars that's hers. Because don't get it twisted. He filed paperwork saying that it was a prenuptial. But even though there was a prenuptial, she is still going to be wealthy than she was starting out. Now you get it. Listen to what I just said. When she first met him to the time that she's divorcing him, her wealth has built up over them years because she was with somebody building wealth with that person. Same way with Tracy Morgan's wife. Tracy Morgan is filing for divorce. I don't think she deserves none of the money that he got from that vehicle accident, because that's not earned income from both of them. That's not. He deserves that money from what he went through in that tragic accident, and I feel like they shouldn't give her a part of that money. Now, she did live through years with him as far as his comedic career and things of that nature. So whatever they built together, if they want to split that up or she get part of that, hey, I have nothing to do with that. But she's another woman who understood that she can't build wealth by herself. She might eventually, when she's 60, get to a point in her life to where she's satisfied, she got good money. But who wants to live to be 60 to finally own your home? I mean, come on. And that's the lesson that I'm trying to show you from Tracy Morgan's wife and Dr. Dre's wife. These two women might not get millions, because in Tracy Morgan's situation, he got a lump sum of money from an accident he was in. I don't think the court is going to allow her to touch none of that money. That's not earned income. In the case of Dr. Dre, he had a prenup, so I don't think the court is going to allow his wife to get part of his money. But, listen to me now, but they are better off after spending years of wealth building with these people. Because I don't want nobody to get it confused. If that woman divorces Dr. Dre, she is not going to be living in the projects. No way, no how. That woman right there is not going to be nowhere but in another mansion somewhere. Trust me. Whether she gets parts of Dr. Dre's money or not, she good. The same way with Tracy Morgan's wife. Don't get it twisted, people. If she divorced Tracy Morgan and they don't give her none of that money he got from that accident, that woman is still good. I guarantee you're not going to see her sitting on the side of the road somewhere begging for chump change. It's not going to happen. I don't even believe Tracy Morgan will let that happen. Even though they divorcing, I don't even believe he going to allow her to be sitting on the side of the road somewhere. Dr. Dre neither. That's his ex-wife and they ain't together no more, whatever. I guarantee you he's not going to let that woman be sitting on the side of the road somewhere. So what I'm trying to tell you people is, find out the numbers. Understand what y'all doing when y'all out here trying to chase this bag. Because some people don't get it in life that sometimes you can get to the bag faster if you do it with somebody and share with somebody. This narcissism, selfish stuff that people got going on in America is ruining you. Y'all don't understand how many people I done blew past in my life. And when I say blew past, I'm not saying drive past them while they sitting on the side of the highway. I'm not saying that. Because I would never do that. If I see somebody I know, I'm going to stop them. Man, you need a ride? Come on. So I'm not talking about that. When I say blew past, I mean y'all don't realize how many people in the years I've been on this planet that started off up here when I was down here, and they tried to make it solo dolo, and I blew past them. Blew past them and didn't look back. Didn't look back, didn't slow down for them or nothing. And the reason why is because I look at the big picture. I look at the big picture in life. I don't look at the individual trees. I don't look at that. I hope y'all learned something from today's show, man. I do. I'm finna show y'all. Matter of fact, I'm not even finna end it there. I'm not even finna end it. I'm gonna go ahead and show these clips. This is some funny stuff. It's some funny stuff. Here go one woman right here.
It's good?
I got a boyfriend. Yeah, he ain't here right now.
You straight to the point?
Yeah.
Damn. I'm just trying to, talk to you, see what you...
Now, that woman right there had some shorts on that said thicker than a Snicker. She was out there, ass cheeks hanging out and everything. Man tried to holler at her. He on crutches. And she blew him off. She blew him off. Within 5 minutes, he said, okay, you know what? I get it. You don't want to holler at me. He walked off and went over there and opened up the door of a Lamborghini. And this is what happened.
And you think, can't get her attention for this shit? How you know I was talking to her at you though?
What's that though? She was something like.
What, this?
Driving it or something? How you driving with crutches on?
What do you mean? I ain't say my foot was broke. You need to ask what was going on. Your car making sounds. Look like somebody took a chunk out just. Huh?
You ain't say what was going on.
I mean,
Say nothing, what's up?
you come. I don't like talking from a distance. Like, you gonna come over here or what?
I mean, I guess I can do a little something.
You might as well start playing games.
Now, I'm going to stop that video right there because I don't want to get copyright infringement. But this is from a show that I love, people. It's called The Gold Digger Prank. It's a funny show. Some of these women I'm talking about within seconds after telling this dude, man, get out of my face. They see these guys walking over to a Lamborghini and, didn't you say you want my number? And these guys are really playing with these people like, yeah, you know what? Come here, man. Jump up and down. Let me see your booty. Let me see your booty clap.
Crazy. Like, hey, what's the thicker than this nigga? Like, you dance or something? Or?
I'm talking about just, these people have no shame, man. Just embarrassing these people. But it's a lesson to learn from this. It is. I'm not saying what they're doing is right. Exposing these people like this. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lesson to learn through all this. It's a lesson to learn. People understand getting the bag means two people getting the bag unless they feel like you poor. I'm going to sip on that for a second. Hold up. This whole show I've been talking about how you can get to the bag faster if you got somebody with you. Whether they poor or rich, you can. But some of these people is not trying to get to the bag with you if they feel you work at a store or you work at a 9 to 5. This next girl I'm finna show you, this was crazy. Excuse my language. She literally told this man, look, get out of my face and keep it moving. When he walked over to this Corvette cost about $120,000. She walked over there, he let her sit in the car, and then he told me, you know what, get out my car, man. Get out my car. It was funny. She said, but, you know I'm a rapper. Are you a rapper? I mean, it was just hilarious.
Oh, you rap?
Yeah.
Oh, so what that's gonna do for me?
She belongs to the streets.
You could, join me off to my shows.
Oh, you trying to get a ride off it, nigga. Let me hear something. I mean,
I could do a little song.
What's a little something?
Song rolled down.
I thought you was off the head. You a real rapper. Real rappers go off the dome.
Off the head.
But just better read.
You know what I'm saying?
I could rap low key.
I could get in and it'll be better.
No, I gotta go though. I can hear it though for a second. If it's cold enough, I might stay. But if it ain't.
Okay. Let me go. Riding in the Benz, he asked my number, I told him it's 10. Really be on it, they asked for the champ, so you know that they putting me in. Team full of hitters, they
oh shit.
I keep it on me, I feel like it's me. He wanna leak it, he need my consent. All by my paper, on South Street, talking about he need the vent. 100K, yeah, that's spent. Ribs all on the pit. Glizzy Biggie won't fit. My angle good. So
Hey, what the?
niggas real sick. Give me mad, hit the kill switch. Roman niggas who gon' drill. tried to put me on a pill shit. I don't even care. The lucky name. Get the blood, so I'ma check the vein.
Hey, hold on. You good? No. Go. That was cold, though. That was cold. I ain't gonna cat. That motherfucker was rapping.
How she switched up so fast, like, you know, and this is ruining a lot of people. I mean, this stuff is serious. Let me show you this next chick, man. This is some hilarious, crazy stuff. You know, this is some funny stuff. Listen to what she said to this guy.
I'm honestly trying to wait on this girl to come out. I don't want to be by the car exactly, but you know, I see her, she about to come out. I'm gonna try to get a number, you know what I'm saying? Show y'all my gang. Where the f she just go? Oh, excuse me. Can you do me a favor and put your number in my phone?
No, can you do me a favor and walk away?
Where you going?
Not with you.
Now, you just heard what the girl said. She said, "Can you do me a favor and just walk away?" You know. Now, I'm finna show you what happened after that when you know, he pulled a car out on her.
Where you going?
Come on.
I'm good. I can't do the gold digger. I'm sorry. My big.
Gold digger.
Hell yeah. You just said you went me and you. Sis, what is you doing?
Oh yeah, push start. I like that.
Can you get out my car?
He walks off. He said, "Okay, cool." He walks off. He goes to his Corvette, $120,000 Corvette. I'm talking about, man, this thing is a nice car. She kind of looked over there and kind of started inching her way over there. And she said, "Ooh, this is your car? It's nice. Well, didn't you say you wanted my number?" I mean, it was just crazy. And like I said, man, you know, you got people out here who understand on a guttural level that in order to make it, you know, you need two in America. But they don't feel like they can do it with somebody that's working at a 9 to 5 when they really can. You really can. Because two people working a 9 to 5, y'all should have some money left over to start you some businesses. You should. You should have you some money. Unless you just have like 12. You got a whole rack of kids, man. That's on y'all. If you got a whole rack of kids. You got 1 or 2 kids or 1 child between the two of y'all, and y'all can make some money. And be good. Be straight. Some people don't get that. They're not getting it. It's not computing up here. And it's funny because if you think about it, everybody wants a millionaire. Everybody wants a billionaire. But guess how many millionaires and billionaires is in this country? It's like 3% of the population. Think about that for a second. If 3% of 300 million people is a millionaire and billionaire, that means your chances of getting one is very slim to none. And if they do show some interest in you, it's probably just to have sex with you and dump you on the side of the road somewhere. Keep on moving. Like, you know, they might make an appearance at a club or a party. Might take you to the hotel room. They might even buy you a Gucci purse. But they don't care nothing about that. They're millionaires. They can buy it. They probably got Gucci purses stacked up in their house somewhere just to give it out to people. And then, you know, after they have you sex with you and pass you around to some of their homeboys, they tell you, "Man, lose my number. Don't even call me no more." You know, it's some crazy, it's some foolishness out here, people. There's some damn fools out here. Now, I'm gonna end this program, man. I hope y'all learn something from this, man, because it's some funny characters out here. I'm talking about some real live comedians, real life comedians out here, crazy people. And speaking of comedians, Money Making Biz, this is my company. This is my media company. We doing funny skits, okay? And my character is called Silent Marco. And any and all comers, man. If you got a script you want put on, or if you want me to write a script for you, and and you live somewhere in my area, and we can do some funny skits together, hey man, I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying? I love doing these funny skits because laughter is good. You know, laughter, man, it keeps the heart moving, keeps the heart, you know, the blood pumping. You can't be doom and gloom all the time. You know, so this is the Daily Read, and I'm out.
The business, motherfucker.
The Daily Read.
Bring in the business.